Hello ladies and gentlemen, this copy of Senran Kagura Burst Renewal was provided to me by Play Asia. If you want to support me and help me afford more games for the channel, go and shop there at the link below. You can also use the coupon code BLUEVITA to save a little bit off your order. Got to use both the link and the coupon. I also have to thank my patrons, of course. Thanks to Alan, Billy, Blizz, Brett, Caleb, Chen, Christoph, David, Edia, Eric, Gary, Joey, the other Joey, Christopher, Matthew, Miguel, Mike, Mathaldu, Rodrigo, Sack Chief, and Z for their support. Enjoy the video. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Senran Kagura Burst Renewal. The renewal just really sticks out on this title screen, doesn't it? That's actually kind of bizarre. I didn't notice that before. But yes, this is the remake of the first Senran... Well, the remake of the first Senran Kagura game, because Burst is basically like the Extreme Legends version on the 3DS. So, yeah, they basically remade that again. No big deal. So, we're just going to load up my save game here. 3 hours, which I think is fair considering this is a relatively early Senran Kagura game. So, why am I here? I should be in the other room. It should be in Ultimate Shadows. I don't know why I'm in the Hibijo classroom, but whatever. So, yep, it's Senran Kagura, alright. Because we have Katsuragi here, who is surprisingly unhappy. Oh, right, I remember. It's because of the story, which let's not get too deep into that. So, usually Katsuragi is more than happy to be peeping into the dressing room, which is kind of the best part of this menu in all honesty, but oh well. So, we're going to have a look at the settings real quick. You can change your sound levels, you can change some of your control options, and there are some graphical things you can do, and you can also skip the story, which I don't know why that's in visuals, but whatever. Here's the graphics though. This is kind of bizarre, because you have full screen windowed and borderless windowed. Not borderless full screen, borderless windowed. Yeah. I'm not entirely sure why that's a thing, but it's a thing, and we're going to just put that back to this. Also, for some reason, despite the fact that I only have 1920 by 1080 monitors on this computer, I can put it up to 4K, which doesn't seem like it would help much. Full screen is just restricted to the natural resolution of your monitor for some reason. You got your subtitles, you got your shading, outlines, anti-atropic, anti-aliasing, not very detailed selections there. You can only have the frame rate be 30 or 60, and you can have your graphics presets be high, medium, or low. And low just turns everything off and puts it on 30 FPS. Thankfully, the game seems absolutely fine performance-wise, although I did try playing this on my GPD Win 2 and couldn't get it above 20 to 25 FPS at the best of times. Your mileage may vary, so, you know, absolute toasters might not be able to pull it off. You can also rebind everything, which is nice, but the default controls are probably fine. So you've got a few things you can do, and this is just unbelievably depressing. You can save and load your game anytime you like. You can also change schools. The story between the two schools is the same, except you're doing it on either side. As it says there, a different story from the perspective of the evil shinobi. Gameplay-wise, they both work exactly the same, though. You go through a linear set of missions, you unlock free missions as you go, and the story gets told to you in little cutscenes before and afterwards. Makes perfect sense. You've also got plenty of course, outfits, accessories, and other little things going on that you can buy. Which is, you know, that's what Senran Kagura does. It lets you customize everything however you damn well please. Which no one can really argue with. It's a Senran Kagura game. You'll also have music for the sound test and apparently voices. I'm not sure what the voices would be. And you can also buy growth medicine. Growth medicine actually lets you level up your characters. So as I'm going to demonstrate, we're going to hit X to change our shinobi. This is the only place you can do this, by the way, for some reason. But yeah, you come here and if you hold the X button on a certain shinobi, you can upgrade them. So yeah, level up by using 1 secret growth medicine. You can level up by using 2 secret growth medicine. And you can do this as much as you like. So you can come in here and just level up whoever you please, and the more, and the more experience that they have, the more likely they are to be able to be upgraded by just one medicine, which is cool. You get growth medicine just by playing throughout the game. You can also press the Y button to check their abilities. Notably, unlike all the other Senran Kagura games I've played so far, you only really get, what's the word I'm looking for? You only really get 10 characters in this one. In comparison to games like Shinobi Versus, where you get, well, more. And in Estival Versus, you get something like 30. So if you're not a fan of any of the particular characters they give you in here, then you're probably not going to have the best time. So we can also go to the library to check out those sounds and concept art and our stats. Katsuragi is the best. But yeah, you got plenty of things here. You've also got the secret files that you can find. You find them via getting little collectibles in the world, and it just has little extra bits of lore for you. You can also go to the dressing room, because of course you can. This is a Senran Kagura game. You know what's coming, don't you? So you can change all three of their outfits, which is nice. They have 3 different outfits. One for Frantic, one for Shinobi, and one for just regular. And of course I've got Katsuragi in a bath towel, because why the hell not? Also, jiggle physics. We can change her outfit. You got a lot of options, which is nice. You've also, of course, got... Yeah. Because why not? And you can also change their hair, which is kind of neat. You can even give them hair that they're not supposed to have, which is cute. And of course, accessories. It's actually kind of adorable. You can do that with everybody. I'm gonna sneeze. There we go. You of course also have the diorama, which lets you just take a nice screenshot if you like. Change everything that you could possibly want. It's cool. Sneeze again. No? No sneeze? Okay. And of course, the mode that they removed from the PlayStation version. It's not actually that bad in the grand scheme of things, so you can hold the A button to move her around a bit. It's kind of nice. You can also press triangle to change how the rotation works. Or Y, because I'm playing this on a bloody Xbox 360 pad. But of course, you can do this. Yes, really. Also... You're one to talk, Katsuragi. You are one to talk. You really are, you poor thing. Also, apparently petting doesn't actually do that much. But yeah, that's literally it. This is what they felt the need to censor for some reason. Huh. See, can't even do it on some costumes. It's annoying. But yeah, you get the idea. That's pretty much it. That's as far as it goes. It's not even that bad. This is actually, overall, Senran Kagura Boostering Newal is actually a fair bit less trashy than the other Senran Kagura games. It's a little bizarre, in all honesty. Especially when you're talking about games like Estival Versus, where that game's intro cutscene, like the first mission that you go on, is ridiculous, even by this series standards. This game being so, this game is just really held back about it, which is kind of nice, while at the same time being kind of weird. Nevertheless though, let's actually go and play a mission. I'm actually going to play a couple of free missions before we go and do the long-ass, long-ass story cutscene sort of thing. So we're just going to start up Rolling Emotion, apparently. We're going to play as Katsuragi, because Katsuragi is and will always be the best girl. Despite the fact that I'm also going to be beating the crap out of Katsuragi, but... whatever, that works for me. She's even dressed the same, because of course. Yes, that is a thing you can do. Alright, so let's fight. It's a Dynasty Warriors style button mash. I probably shouldn't have picked this mission, in all honesty. Because having just a boss fight right off the bat doesn't really show off the majority of what you'll be doing, which is a little bizarre, but... Ow. So, the controls are basic. X and Y are your attacks. Right bumper is your block. You can also parry if you time it right, but obviously that doesn't work for obviously that doesn't work for long-range attacks. B is your dodge, but if you knock an enemy into the air like I just did, you can do an aerial chase, which will let you follow it up. You do also have the A button to jump, but jumping in this game is not that useful in the grand scheme of things. It's so weird having these two fight each other. You do also have a couple other things that you can do. You do have the equivalent of a rage mode, which in this game is a burst meter. I've about got it filled up, and you'll be able to see what it does shortly. Of course, they have ridiculous transformation sequences, because this is of course Senran Kagura. He's adorable. Wow. Oh no, I just got my clothes knocked off me. That's fine. I was expecting to be dead. Lock on is your left trigger. Right trigger, I should say. I can't remember what... Oh yeah, left trigger is burst. I'm almost there. I just need to try and beat the crap out of her a bit more. Yeah, so left trigger is burst, so that just draws her in and does a ton of damage. You can then also hit the LB button and do your Shinobi Transformation. Which we've already seen, so I'm just going to skip. Makes you more powerful, restores your health to full, and also unlocks secret arts. So if I hold LB and press square, or X if you're on the Xbox 360 pad, you can do 1, and if you hold LB and press Y, you do number 2. They both require 1 and 2 meter fills respectively. I had 3 by the end of that. And we're just gonna skip this fight. We're just gonna abort this mission because I gotta... What's the word I'm looking for? I gotta actually show off some person-to-person combat. So let's actually go and do a mission that involves that. You get free missions as you go on through the story. Intercept the sketchy deal. Right, so yeah, I'm assuming that I'm going to have to play... I'm going to have to just take out some regular old people. My phone went off. I should probably see what that was. Chances are it was probably something on... Yeah, my bloody Discord is beeping and I don't even have the audio to hear it, so that's going to suck. So that was how you regularly start a mission, but if you hit LB and RB, you can go into frantic mode, which massively ups your attack, but massively drops your defense. However, you do basically just wipe out dudes completely in this mode. Like, you can just wipe the floor with them in just single strikes. And yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is the Senran Kagura most people like, where it's super fun. Like, Katsuragi is arguably one of the heaviest characters in the game. Most characters usually have massive sweeping arc attacks and are able to just wipe out several sets of dudes in just one set of strikes. They are... Right, I gotta go this way. There they are. So if I hit LB here, smack. Literally all except one dead. Because, yep, you really do get a massive boon to your attack power. There are 3 difficulty levels. Difficulty level 2 is probably my favorite. Difficulty level 3 has you taking a lot of damage per hit, so basically if you're in frantic mode, you basically become a one-hit nuke, and the single star is simply incredibly easy, like even for a typical hack and slash, a game like this one. You can also go Shinobi Transformation while you're in this, you can also do your Shinobi Transformation while you're frantic. I do believe that removes your attack bonus though, so you do end up... You look ridiculous when you're running. Wait until I play a mission with Hibari, because she looks amazing when she's running around. Alright, I'm guessing I have to go back out to the main street. I'm trying to claw this, which is bad. Where the hell do I go? I must have missed something. So I go this way, then I head up the street. On the roof? That's weird. Oh, maybe I have to go all the way around or something. Or just... No. You saw me running up the wall earlier. Hang on, how do we... There we go. That's more what I was expecting. Right, now I can try climbing up that building. You have to jump on and then run up. Not something I've had to do yet. A little bizarre, but whatever. So jump on. No. Hang on, jump, then run. No? There we go. But yeah, this is basically the main part of the combat. It's super lightweight, but admittedly it is super satisfying to actually play, thanks to a silky smooth frame rate, some really nice effects. They aren't the best. Like, this game was pretty clearly made on a budget, but they make good use of it. They recycle a lot of stuff that makes the Senran Kagura series fun to play, and it just looked good. It looks pretty damn good. Where am I going now? Oh, hi. And that was the end of the mission. There's a issue for you. The game's missions are actually surprisingly short. Like, I remember playing Shinobi Versus and Estable Versus, and those games' missions were not too short. They were relatively short, but they weren't too short. That kind of mission length is actually pretty standard. I imagine that's because it was made during a, I imagine this is because this game is a remake of a 3DS game, but good lord, is it surprisingly short. Alright, so let's go to Chapter 3, and we'll do Chapter 3-1. I'm hoping this will actually start the story, because this will give you an idea of what you're working with. Despite the fact that... Yeah. So, for whatever reason, the text scroll proceeds automatically, even if you don't have it set it to. So you basically have no time to read it, and voice lines can override each other. It's bizarre. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. The voice acting is good, and despite the obvious subject matter, the game is actually pretty lightweight about all of those sorts of themes. It's got a very fun tone about it, and it isn't anywhere near as trashy as it sounds. Also, for some reason, some special characters end up making it so that there's a space in between them, even if it's in names. Like, you've seen Yagyu being really weirdly spaced apart twice. Good old Tetsuragi. Wouldn't be Senran Kagura without her. You get these little scrolls a lot, but again, it's so weird trying to read them when they go automatically, and they just have weird spacing. It's bizarre. Like, I'm not pressing anything. It's just doing this on its own, and there's no options to turn this off for some reason. I don't remember this being a problem on the original, well, not the original, but I don't remember this being a problem on Shinobi or Arrestable Versus. So, yeah, Hanzo there with the weird spacing. But yeah, we'll just skip that event there, because there is a second kind of event that there is to see. And I don't want to keep you around for too long. I didn't say it was not trashy, I just said it was less trashy. Oh, I'm playing Kagura again. That's annoying. Hang on, jump cut. Alright, now here's the cutest girl imaginable. For example, look at her walk. Now look at her run. She's a fucking airplane. Oh, and she falls over. Because yes, that is exactly what Hibari does. And she is adorable for it. She is the best. Except for Katsuragi, of course. Nobody beats Katsuragi, but at the same time, Hibari just outright beats her on cutest. Like, look at her moveset. It's literally just her doing Bart Simpson's... Was it Bart Simpson's? Yeah, Bart Simpson's, I'm gonna be doing this, and if you get hit, it's your own fault. She's adorable. Oh, not to mention, she's got this bunny that she just carries around with her for some reason. No, nobody knows why. Again, the story is, like, it doesn't... It's a very basic concept. Shinobi are just secret warriors that are being raised in your traditional schools, and they just fight each other for reasons. Some are evil, some are good. That's literally it. And it's entirely just cute girls doing cute things for the majority of it. It does get serious from time to time, and I will show that off. Or maybe I will. We'll decide shortly, but yeah. Either way, cute girls doing cute things is and will forever be the focus of Senran Kagura. And it's fun. It's lightweight, it's trash entertainment, but it's pretty enjoyable. The girls are relatable. It's fun to watch them interact with each other. And despite the general lack of, what's the word I'm looking for? despite the general lack of certain mechanics, like there are a couple of things that you can do. All the girls level up individually and get a little bit more powerful as they go. And depending on whether or not you end a mission in just your regular mode, your frantic mode, or your Shinobi Transformation, it actually levels up a separate meter. So you can get a little bit of upgrading going on, but the mechanics are otherwise relatively basic and... what's the word I'm looking for? They're not that complicated. I'm just going to skip this cutscene. But yeah, they're not that complicated mechanics in the slightest, and it's just generally fun. You'll probably get more mechanical depth if you start with a later game in the series, but outside of that, yeah. Alright, I'm just going to level up a bit more because, well, I said I was going to show off something a little bit more serious, and I might as well. So let's have a level 15. That should do a trick. There we go. Alright, we'll have a level 15. And then we'll go and watch a more serious cutscene.
Newal?
手術は無事成功しました。
ひばりはちょっと用事があるか。え？どうして？買い物があるだけだから。大丈夫。すぐに戻るから。
ひばり、何をしている？柳生の仇でも撃とうというのか？お前には無理だ。
無理でもやるんです。柳生ちゃんもみんなもひばりのことを許してくれるかもしれません。でもそれじゃ
超秘伝忍法書を今のお前の強さじゃ返り討ちに遭うだけだ。
Yeah, you get the idea. We're gonna just let's get back to the actual gameplay. Yeah, it can be serious when it wants to be, which is nice. But yeah, this is basically it, more or less. And we have to play Safari for this one. The 10 characters, the 5 you get in the normal school and the 5 you get in the Hibijo school are all relatively different characters and definitely are different to play, but at the same time they do feel relatively similar, just due to... I forgot that this bitch is an absolute bitch. Yeah, look at how fast these attacks are coming out. I had trouble doing this before. Boing. Yep. Close destruction. Always a thing. Oh, come on. This isn't fair. It's not even letting me get up and do the block. Yeah, for some reason you need to be way more powerful for this than you should be at this point. I don't understand why. Alright, heavy attack. Yeah, I might as well just get this out of the way. Even her transformation is adorable. I tried doing this boss fight on Frantic and I just got I just got destroyed. Like, oh my god, I just got the floor wiped with me. Of course, she has adorable attacks as well. Like if we hold LB and press square, whoosh. Oh come on, I was holding RB. God's sake. And now she's going to do her Shinobi Transformation. She gets all her health back, an attack boost, and just generally becomes more annoying. Seriously, these attacks come out so fast, it's bizarre. There we go, I've got a parry on her ass. This is looking more like it. Almost out of the way of that one. There we go, got the parry. Got the big stompy attack. Which is, of course, her being adorable. And the first to... Yep. Good for you, Hibari. You're adorable. I'm just gonna skip this so that there's no story spoilers. So yeah, that was a quick look at Senran Kagura Burst Renewal. It is a fun hack and slash. A little bit trashy, probably the best place to start if you're interested in the series, because going straight into Estival Versus is probably going to give you the wrong idea right off the bat. There's a fun amount of stuff to do, and the mechanics they aren't as fleshed out as they'll become in Shinobi Versus and Estival Versus, but they're still decent enough. My main issue with this game was the price, where, despite the fact that it feels like less of a game just overall than, say, Shinobi or Estival, it's $50, and you didn't even pay that much back when the game first came out on Vita, and that's $50 US, by the way. It's more in other currencies. So, it does kind of feel a bit much for the money, but if it goes on sale and either A, you're interested in the series, or B, you just want to see the very beginning of the weirdo story that apparently splits across two different timelines at this point, it's worth the time. I enjoyed it, and I will probably keep it around and try and enjoy it a little more. Not in that way, you perverts. But yeah, it's a good game. I like it. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.